Dozens of supporters of the National Unity Platform remain detained in prisons across the country after being arrested before and during the ongoing elections. The Uganda Law Society says it is providing legal support to many of those detained following a surge in reports of arrests linked to political activity.
So far, our provisional reports, we are helping about 350 Ugandans. And these are people who reached out. These are people who we know of their cases that have been registered.
Asiimwe says the society traced many of the detainees through its toll-free hotline, which was publicized the day before polling. He adds that the Law Society has mobilized more than 5,000 lawyers countrywide to offer free legal representation to anyone who reports a case supported by credible information.
And of course, it's still ongoing because every other day we still receive new reports, especially for those who have disappeared. These are people who have appeared in court, others are police. These are the ones we've assisted. Our lawyers have reached out to support. Some of them having been arrested and found at the police stations. The ones we've been able to get police bond for. Others, we've represented them in court. They've been remanded to prisons. Others have been granted they've been granted bail by the courts. Others are still in prison.
The Uganda Law Society has also raised concern over what it describes as continued harassment of opposition supporters, including the abductions and enforced disappearances.
We saw Mwanga Chivumbi, the vice president of North Central Region. That one was at least arrested, detained in police, produced in court, and charged. You saw the charges are terrorism charges, which of course we believe are politically motivated. But then more concerning is the Driga, the vice president from the north, as well as the vice president of the Western region. These two ladies were abducted way before, I think around the 14th, and up to now, their whereabouts are not known. Much as through other members of the bar and the party, they filed applications for habeas corpus. We are seeing even the courts going slow. They are not hearing these applications.
Meanwhile, the leader of opposition and National Unity Platform spokesperson Joel Senyonyi says efforts to seek redress through the courts have been frustrating.
It's the military which keeps doing the abductions. Sometimes police has no idea. They have their own ills as well, but for most of these abductions, they are out of the picture. We decided to petition court. We filed applications for a writ of habeas corpus for each of these people. That's us requesting court to direct government to produce these people dead or alive. The interesting thing is that the state has responded through the Attorney General, and they're saying, we don't have these people, we don't know where they are. Not surprising for them to respond this way because that's what they normally say. You remember when the two Kenyans, Bob Njagi and Nicholas Ayo, were abducted and they were missing for 38 days. Similar application was filed in court, and court said, the judge in that matter, Justice Simon Peter Chinobe, he said you cannot squeeze blood out of a stone. So you cannot force a state to produce people whom it doesn't have.
Families of missing National Unity Platform vice presidents are now demanding answers from the state, accusing security agencies of holding their relatives incommunicado.
We appeal to the government that whoever took her or whatever they are holding her for, if she committed a crime, let them tell us and let us know that, she did this and this and we are holding her here for this and this reason. But we are just in the dark, we don't know anything. Life is hard. She was the breadwinner of the family. She was the one supporting each one, and she was supporting very many people. She was supporting all of us at home. And without her, we are struggling even to get what to eat.
Enforced disappearances are not unprecedented in Uganda. Last year, two Kenyan nationals, Bob Njagi and Nicholas Oyo, were abducted and held at a military facility in Katabi for 38 days before being released following diplomatic intervention by former Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta.
Many people who were in there had spent over 6 months, 5 months, and they told us, you guys, the earliest you'll be out is after the Ugandan elections.
President Yoweri Museveni later confirmed in a televised address that the two had been detained by state agencies and kept in the fridge.
They were working with the Chagulanyi's group, that they are experts in riots. Of course, with our very good intelligence system, we picked them up and they have been in the fridge for some days.
On January 22nd, General Muhoozi posted on his X account that security forces had killed 22 NUP terrorists and arrested more than 2,000 people he described as hooligans. The National Unity Platform has strongly rejected the claims. Senyonyi says branding the party a terrorist organization is deliberate, warning of an alleged plot to justify arrests of its top leadership.
They must know that we are alive to these schemes of theirs, and the people will not be fooled. No, they will not be. It's been attempted before. It's another desperate attempt, because when they try politically, they thought they would decimate us politically, rigged and so on, but still we are here. They could see the masses of people wherever we went, so they're thinking, okay, we might not finish them off politically. Let's try and press this button. And this has not just begun now. When you hear these things of fake bombs, machete killings, and so on.
These developments come amid conflicting government statements regarding NUP President Robert Kyagulanyi. While authorities insist they have no interest in him, security deployment around his home remains heavy.
At home is not a gazetted prison. The Honorable Kyagulanyi himself is not there. So I want to state categorically that that home is not a prison. There may be inconveniences, and security may have reasons for their presence there. I think those ones we can iron out, but the home of the Honorable Kyagulanyi is not a prison.
On January 16th, security forces forcefully entered the premises, an incident in which Kyagulanyi's wife was tortured by security operatives. Walter Mwesije, NTV.